how I actually got my muscles to grow when I was a beginner. So when I was a beginner, first starting out calisthenics about 3 years ago, or 4 now, I heard the advice was you have to go to failure. And I did, and that's good to do. But specifically how is where most people get tripped up. I started off doing like about 10 push-ups in a set. And the thing is, most people, what they do wrong is that they think working out is just exercising until you're tired. But that's actually wrong. What you want to do is go to failure specifically on your last set. And I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, but there's a difference because you want to do two things at once. The thing you're trying to do is up your push-up amount, of course, right? Because that shows you're getting stronger. And it shows you have more endurance. But specifically, it shows that you are building stamina in your muscles. If you're a beginner, then upping the amount of reps that you do, that is for endurance and stamina. Increasing the weight is going to increase your strength. But the thing is, to get your muscles to actually grow, that requires you going to failure. And you notice those can be two different things: getting stronger and getting your muscles to grow. You can be really strong but not have big muscles, and same with vice versa. Now, what you want to do as a beginner is specifically this. You need to be trained for 3 sets, first of all. Because the 3-set structure, the reason it is because you try to get your muscles to build more stamina and up the amount of workouts you can do in succession. So if you go to failure every single time, you're not going to up the amount. You're just going to stay at 10 push-ups. What you want to do, we want to get you from doing 3 sets of 10 push-ups to 3 sets of 20 push-ups. All right, and then 3 sets of 25 and 30 and so on and so forth. That's going to build your endurance. Specifically, the first 2, you're going to go to your limit of what you can do in a single set. Or the very last one, you want to push to failure. And the reason why is because pushing your muscles to failure, like tearing them, is what makes them grow back even stronger. So you can do both at the same time. You don't just pick one or the other. Now, I will say that for what we're trying to do is up it for performance and also look good at the same time. If you really want to grow a muscle, what you should aim to do is target going to failure. And that can look differently in different ways, as I mentioned a few minutes ago. That you can do it by upping the rep count, or you can do it by upping the weight. Those are the 2 main ways. Or something that's even more important is decreasing the amount of rest time in between sets. Now, a lot of people say that actually more rest time helps. I actually find that when I exercise and have a shorter rest time in between each set, then my muscles will start to look bigger. It was around 2023, I think, when I started to exercise more back-to-back, and I just started looking bigger. Instead of, I started off big, then I cut down and trying to get lean. But then I noticed when I work out, my muscles kind of look bigger, and I kind of like that. I kind of like having bigger arms, bigger chest, shoulders, and everything. So what I did was actually lower the amount of exercise time in between each of my sets, and that allowed me to get more gains actually at the gym. You want to do both, and you can do both actually by, like I said, up the amount of reps you do in a set, and by upping the weight that you have. Now, with weight, your weight, it doesn't have to be a specific amount, but you want to start by getting a backpack. So get a book bag. I have a book bag to actually put on, and it's the best. Some people have a weight belt, so when they're doing dips, because it's all on the waist, and it's making it hard to do, you can just use a book bag. It really is the same amount of stress put on your body. It's just more weight, and you'll be able to move lighter, like an anime character. Like you take the weights off, you move lighter and quicker. What you can do is get a book bag, and the amount of reps that you do, like let's say you could do 20 push-ups, you should be able to do about, starting off, 8 reps of push-ups, okay, weighted push-ups. So you have 20 up here, then you have 8. So it should be about like almost a third, or about a bit more than a third, I suppose. Then what you want to reach for is try and get half of what your normal set is. So if you do 20 push-ups, try and get to 10. Now the max you can probably push it to is 15, and that'll be really, really impressive. But by the time it gets to 15, then your max amount of push-ups will go even higher. So again, focus on building endurance and increasing muscle size. Know that they're 2 different things, but know that you can do both at the same time.